Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson is presented by Actistatin, Adena Springs, Bloodstock Research, Breeders' Cup, Claiborne Farm, EmpireCityBets.com, Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association, Keeneland, Malone's, New York Thoroughbred Breeding and Development Fund, OCD Pellets, Old Colony Insurance Services, Paul Miller Ford, Quillen Leather and Tack, Shadwell Farm, Spendthrift Farm, Three Chimneys Farm, and Windstar Farm.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Thoroughbred Week, featuring 11 stakes from 5 different tracks, including a course record performance in the Grade 2 4-Star Dave Handicap from Saratoga. We begin with 2-year-old fillies at Woodbine in the Ontario Debutante Stakes. Starless Night, the 9-5 favorite, Dan Loisel picks up the call.
It's Starless Night on the outside and Dixie Twist at the rail. They're nose to nose. Sweet Dreams working just in behind them in third. Happy to Go rides the rail. The My Dear winner, Unhindered, asked for more run now by Luis Contreras, starts to gain some ground. Roaming trails, and they're inside the quarter pole. And they ran a half a mile in 46, and here comes Unhindered on the far outside. Unhindered has forged to the lead in the run to the 8th pole. On the outside, Sweet Dreams is second. Trying to come up the rail is Happy to Go. They're in the last 16th of a mile. Unhindered's growing weary. Here comes Dixie Twist. Dixie Twist is caught Unhindered. Outside Roaming. Dixie Twist and Roaming in a win photo in the Ontario Debutante Stakes.
2-1 second choice. Dixie Twist fights back to defeat Longshot Roaming by a head. Sweet Dreams third for a sweep by Keeneland Sales graduates. Gary Boulanger, the winning jockey, in 111 flat. A closing second on debut in the 5.5 furlong Shady Well Stakes, the Mark Casse trainee stretches out to break her maiden in the Ontario Lassie. The filly by Indian Charlie was bred in Ontario by Josham Farms Limited and was a $180,000 Keeneland September yearling. Dixie Twist has earned nearly $110,000 for John Oxley. To Del Mar for the Grade 2 Sorrento Stakes. Caval, the even money favorite, Trevor Denman has the call.
Into the turn they go, and Sunset Glow's opened up now. Sunset Glow, but here comes Caval to tackle early. Heart of Paradise in contention right there as well. Lagrange has to pick it up, 5 off them. Last of all, Charleray. They have a quarter of a mile to go, and Sunset Glow is shaken loose and kicking for home strongly. And it is Sunset Glow and Victor Espinosa clear by 4. Now Lagrange comes out the tack back to take them on. We down to 2. Something happened to Caval, just stopped to a walk. Homeward bound, and Sunset Glow's going on. Sunset Glow, Lagrange is chasing gamely, but Sunset Glow sneaked away at the top of the lane and is too good for them in the Sorrento. Sunset Glow and Victor Espinosa win it almost 4 in the end.
Sunset Glow takes it by 3 1/4 lengths over Lagrange. Heart of Paradise third for another sweep by Keeneland Sales graduates. Victor Espinosa up in 1:16 3. The Wesley Ward trainee broke her maiden in her second start over the Belmont turf and was coming off a second-place finish in the Group 3 Albany Stakes at Royal Ascot. The filly by exchange rate was bred in Kentucky by Gayla Rankin, GLR Ranch. Sunset Glow has earned $197,000 for Tinbreck Farm. A $60,000 Keeneland November weanling, the filly was consigned by Eaton Sales to the 2013 Keeneland September yearling sale, where she was purchased by Ben McElroy agent for $140,000. Grade 2 Sorrento Stakes winner Sunset Glow, the Keeneland Sales graduate of the week. To Saratoga for 2-year-old fillies in the Grade 2 Adirondack Stakes. Angela Renee, the 9-5 favorite. Tom Durkin has the call.
22-3 was the opening quarter mile here for Vivian DeBling, who takes the field into the far turn. Hard on her heels is Angela Renee. Take charge, Brandy. And there goes Cavorting. Cavorting's on the move now and moving swiftly on the far outside with a bold run around the far turn. And Wonder Gals but 3 lengths from the lead as the field comes to the top of the stretch. The half-mile mark was 45-3. And now the field turning for home. Vivian DeBling off the turn with the lead. Angela Renee cavorting on the outside. Wonder Gal in tight on the rail. 1 furlong to go. Vivian DeBling still clinging desperately to the lead and cavorting right there in tight quarters with Angela Renee. Cavorting and Angela Renee. Those two in a pitched battle in the final 50 yards of the Adirondack, which will go to Cavorting.
Cavorting edges clear to defeat Angela Renee by a length and 3/4. Arad Ortiz Jr. aboard the Keeneland Sales Graduate in 1:16-2. Cavorting stepping up to graded stakes company after impressively breaking her maiden by 11 lengths on debut at Belmont Park. The filly by Bernardini was bred in Kentucky by Swetnam Stud and was a $360,000 Keeneland November weanling. Trained by Kira McLaughlin, Cavorting has earned $265,000 for Stone Street Stables. Irad Ortiz Jr. with the Safe Ride of the Week, presented by Sally Horse Fans, the safest way to the winter circle. 2-year-old Colts and Geldings in the Grade 2 Saratoga Special. I Spin It, the 5-2 favorite. Once again, here's Tom Durkin.
21-3 was the opening quarter mile for Nona's Bowie, is just blazing around the far turn. But Cinco Charlie catching up once again. On the outside, Majestic Affair right there. And I Spent It ready to roll. He's just in behind the lead fourth. WV Jet Center fifth on the outside. Stanford wide off the turn. He's now sixth, but he's only 4 lengths from the lead. Mr. Z right there in the thick of it too, and he's looking for a seam to come out for the final drive. Cleveland Sound is catching up to the front runners inside the final furlong. Oh, so tight for I Spent It. Mr. Z comes up on the outside. I Spent It now with clear running, and he's kicking in. I Spent It kicking in and kicking away. Mr. Z giving chase. I Spent It, a dramatic winner of the Saratoga Special.
I Spin It by Windstar Farm Stallion Super Saver finds racing room to defeat Mr. Z by 2 3/4 lengths. Javier Castellano aboard in 1:16-3. The second stakes winner for the current leading freshman and juvenile sire, the Tony Dutrow trainee, broke his maiden on debut at Belmont Park. The undefeated colt was bred in Kentucky by Dixiana Farms and was a $660,000 2-year-old. I Spent It has earned $265,000 for Alex and Joanne Leblong. More racing coming up, but first here's the upcoming schedule in the Breeders' Cup Win and You're In Challenge Series. Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with turf 3-year-olds at Saratoga and Del Mar just ahead in the segment. 3-year-old stakes action is presented by BC2A Paste. Reduce the likelihood of tying up with BC2A Paste. We begin with 3-year-old fillies in the Grade 3 Monmouth Oaks. Rhea Antonia, the 4-5 favorite. Travis Stone has the call.
Outside of a half mile to go, Cassette in front. Awfully Golding prompting the pace second on the outside. Saintly Jones working out a trip toward the inside, running in third. Abilene on the far outside, advancing up into fourth. Aqua Regia is there fifth. Lady Paradigm with a quick move on the far outside, and just like that, Lady Paradigm is all the way up into contention, 3 wide round the far turn. And then it's spring included, and Rhea Antonia is last, midway round the far turn. Cassette the leader. Aqua Regia putting in a bid down inside second and about to take the lead outside the top of the stretch. And those two come together at the top of the lane, shoulder to shoulder off the turn. Aqua Regia down inside, Cassette on the outside. These two to the 8th pole together. Lady Paradigm is third and trying to close Rhea Antonia on the far outside. Down to the final 16th, and here's Cassette. Cassette has taken over, and she's opened up to lead by 3 down to the wire. And a sharp effort here. Cassette the winner.
8-5 second choice Cassette, the front running winner by 3 3/4 lengths over Aqua Regia, who was disqualified to third for interfering with Saintly Joan near the 3/8 pole. Kerwin Clark aboard the Keeneland Sales Graduate in 1:44-1. A maiden winner at Fairgrounds in her 3-year-old debut, the Larry Jones trainee was last seen taking an entry-level allowance sprint at Delaware Park. The filly by Tappet was bred in Kentucky by Mount Brilliant Farm and was a $300,000 Keeneland September yearling. Cassette has earned $115,000 for Fox Hill Farms Incorporated. To Saratoga for the Grade 2 National Museum of Racing Hall of Fame Stakes. Bobby's Kitten, the even money favorite. Once again, here's Tom Durkin.
A strong half mile here put up by Bobby's Kitten of 46 3/5 seconds. Long on value to the attack into the far turn, but he's still a length and a half off the lead. And then it's So Lonesome, back running in third. And then Give No Quarter takes to the outside. Now fourth, now third, as the field turns for home with Bobby's Kitten to catch. He spurts away to lead by almost 3 as they come into the final furlong. Bobby's Kitten under a vigorous hand ride by Javier Castellano. 3 lengths in front, 1 furlong to go. Walliana coming off the inside for running room late, and Walliana now to the attack. Bobby's Kitten cannot hold off. Walliana.
The longest shot on the board, Walliana at 23-1, outfinishes the favorite Bobby's Kitten by a length. Rod Ortiz Jr. aboard in 140-3. Walliana has won 3 of 4 starts since being claimed by Tim O'Donoghue for $35,000 out of a winning race at Gulfstream Park in his 3-year-old debut. Victorious in the James W. Murphy Stakes on the Preakness Day card at Pimlico, the Michael Pino trainee was coming off a 4th place finish in the Centaur Stakes at Indiana Grand. The colt by Langfuhr was bred in Kentucky by Mike Tarp. Walliana has earned $222,000. To Del Mar for the Grade 3 La Jolla Handicap. Enterprising, the 3-2 favorite, Trevor Denman picks up the call.
Half mile to go in the La Jolla now, and still the leader. School of Hard Rocks now kicks for home. School of Hard Rocks just over a length. Tanito M sent after him. Then it's 2.5 to I'll Wrap It Up. Behind that, Sammy Mandeville, and let's see, Enterprising now getting the rein shaken at him. Enterprising still got 9 to make up, and then Argyle Cut. Top of the lane, and School of Hard Rocks now bursts away. School of Hard Rocks, here comes Enterprising now looking for a spot to go. Enterprising gonna come flying. Enterprising, Gold Cap at the rail, just look at him take off down there. Enterprising like a rocket through on the inside. A stylish victory in the La Jolla. Enterprising and Mike Smith just plain too good.
Florida-bred Enterprising splits rivals in the stretch to defeat Long Shot I'll Wrap It Up by a length and a quarter. Mike Smith aboard in 141-1. Victorious in the Oceanside Stakes on opening day, the Tom Proctor trainee has won or placed in 6 stakes in 6 starts this year. This was his first graded stakes victory. Enterprising has earned nearly $335,000 for Glen Hill Farm. The colt by Elusive Quality was bred in Florida by Glen Hill Farm. Florida breds, race him or chase him. The Spendthrift Farm Stallion of the Week is Tiz Way, one of the fastest milers of all time. A pair of his stellar first yearlings sold for $425,000 each at the Saratoga Select Sale, and were followed by a $250,000 session topper at the New York Bred Preferred Sale. Look for more first crop yearlings by Tiz Way at upcoming sales. Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with fillies and mares coming up in this segment. We begin with turf sprinters at Woodbine in the Grade 2 Play the King Stakes. California Shipper Winning Prize, the 2-1 favorite. Dan Loisel picks up the call.
They blistered on opening quarter mile in 21-4, and it's Global Power on the inside. And on the outside, Sharp Sensation. Something Extra travels well in behind those speedsters. Dimension has advanced to 4th. X-Caper is in 5th position. X-Caper, the Connaught Cup winners, just 4 lengths off the lead as they come over to the top of the stretch. A brilliant half mile of 44-2. 5 of them fan across the course at the quarter pole. Here comes X-Caper. Dimension, Something Extra is cut loose between horses by Eurico Rosa da Silva. Something Extra, Dimension, X-Caper to the outside. Lockout has come from last. Here comes Kagan. 5 of them across the course in a dramatic stretch run. Kagan a short lead. Outside is Lockout, and it's Kagan and Patrick Husbands to win the Play the King.
7-2 second choice. Kagan rallies 4 wide to defeat Lockout by 3/4 of a length. Patrick Husbands up in 120-3, a 100 brisk speed rating. Runner-up to Wise Dan in the Makers 46 Mile, and second to Real Solution in the Grade 1 Manhattan Stakes. Kagan finished 5th in the Grade 1 United Nations Stakes. The Mark Casse trainee cuts back to 7 furlongs to record his first stakes victory. The 4-year-old gelding by Northern of Fleet was bred in Ontario by William Saracolet. Kagan has earned nearly $548,000 for Quintessential Racing Florida, Horse and Around Stable, and Gary Barber. American Produce Records is now available online. Visit brisnet.com/APR for unlimited access to the pedigrees of more than 3 million thoroughbreds for just $275 a year, now including SAR stats. To Ellis Park for fillies and mares in the Grade 3 Gardenia Stakes. Molly Morgan, the 4-5 favorite. Keith Nelson has the call.
They continue around the turn, the half mile in the Gardenia, 47 and 4/5 seconds. And on the front, we're having a dynamic duo now. It's Livy McKenzie and your favorite Molly Morgan, who now strikes to the lead. Following that one on the outside is Ocean Birdie as we get in much closer order. Trying to get up is Tappett's World as well. Faltering back is Quiet Success as heads turn for home in the 33rd running of the Gardenia. It is Molly Morgan to show the way, but she has some company. On the inside, trying to get loosed, that is Tappett's World, trying to get through along the rail on the outside. And on the inside of the track, still coming back, Livy McKenzie. Here they come, deep stretch of the Gardenia. Molly Morgan, Tappett's World, Molly Morgan by a head.
Odds-on favorite Molly Morgan by Adina Spring Stallion Ghost Sapper holds off Tappett's World by a head. Jesus Castanon aboard the Keeneland Sales Graduate in 136-3. Runner-up in the Grade 1 La Tryon Stakes and 4-length winner of the Grade 2 Fleur de Lis Stakes, the Dale Romans trainee was last seen finishing 5th in the Grade 1 Delaware Handicap. The 5-year-old mare was bred in Kentucky by Mike Loffer, Bill Cubbage, and Greg McDonald. It was a $90,000 Keeneland September yearling. Molly Morgan has earned $450,000 for Cubbage. Molly Morgan paid $360 to win and is the Malone's favorite of the week, presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. To Del Mar for the Grade 2 John C. Mabie Stakes. Miss Serendipity, the 9-5 favorite. Once again, here's Trevor Denman.
Onto the backstretch they go now, and Wishing Gate got it all her own way, just lopes them along now. Wishing Gate takes them along by 2.5. In second, Cozy Up Lady, every way coming through at the rail. They closing up now with no speed on up front. Miss Serendipity in the gold cap is only 2 lengths off the leader now. Then Moulin du Morgan and Stormy Lucy's last, but 4.5 would cover the lot. They have a half mile to go in the John Mabie, and still Wishing Gate not been taken on yet. Cozy Up Lady now poised to strike from second. On the far side, Miss Serendipity. Now an early run here from Stormy Lucy, and Stormy Lucy's probably done the right thing, decided to go early and come and tackle them now. Coming with a run on the outside. Top of the lane, Wishing Gate has to kick on now. Cozy Up Lady, Stormy Lucy on the outside, Miss Serendipity every way at the rail. Moulin du Morgan wide open. They come for home. Wishing Gate's tough, hanging on to the lead. Cozy Up Ladies alongside Stormy Lucy. Moulin du Morgan flying down at the rail. Moulin du Morgan, Wishing Gate, Moulin du Morgan up to win it. Moulin du Morgan's won it.
Moulin du Morgan scoots along the rail to defeat pace setter Wishing Gate by half a length. Mike Smith aboard in 147-4. The first stakes victory for Moulin du Morgan, who was coming off a third-place finish in the Grade 3 Royal Heroine Stakes. The 4-year-old filly by Hall of Fame inductee Curlin, out of graded stakes-winning turf sprinter Cambio Corsa, was bred in Kentucky by her owner, Ranjam Racing Incorporated. Trained by Richard Mandela, Moulin du Morgan has earned nearly $313,000. Coming up, a course record performance in the 4-Star Day. Time now for the feature race of the week, presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. To Saratoga for the Grade 2 4-Star Dave Handicap. Silver Max, the 3-2 favorite. Here's the call by Tom Durkin.
And the rough Silver Max fires right off the mark, and Syed is going to take it to him right from the start. Into the first turn, Silver Max the lead, and now Syed backs off with Jose Ortiz, and they allow Silver Max a clear lead going into the first turn. Grand Arches come away third, Seek again fourth toward the inside, Dorset and Jack Milton. So around the first turn, and it is Silver Max in control here, out with his usual front-running tact. He gets an opening quarter in 23-1. Not far behind, though, is Syed, second by 3. Grand Arch runs along in third. Late running Seek again, about 6 lengths from the lead. Then Dorset, who sets up outside of Jack Milton as they continue their run up the backstretch. And now Syed coming after Silver Max. The half up and 46 flat, so into the far turn. The battle is joined now. Silver Max and Syed, and now they're beginning to let out all stops. Robbie Alvarado has put Silver Max to an all-out drive, and Syed grabbed the lead away from him. But right back at him comes Silver Max, and coming to them is Grand Arch on the outside, and Seek again is just in behind the lead. Now running fourth and looking for a way through. Silver Max comes up empty. Syed comes away with the lead. Grand Arch and Seek again gets stalled in behind Syed. Now he's got some room. Now he's got some room at the inside. They're coming down to the finish. Grand Arch on the outside. Seek again. Those two down to the line, and it is Seek again.
Seek Again by Windstar Farm Stallion Speightstown fights his way through traffic to outfinish Grand Arch by a neck. Joel Rosario aboard in course record time of 1:33.1, a 100 brisk speed rating. A three-time winner in England for John Gosden, Seek Again captured the Grade 1 Hollywood Derby in his U.S. debut. Transferred to Bill Mott for his current campaign, Seek Again was a close second to Wise Dan in the Grade 1 Woodford Reserve Turf Classic. He was last seen finishing third in the Grade 1 Manhattan Stakes. The 4-year-old colt was bred in Kentucky by his owner, Juddmont Farms Incorporated, and is out of the Grade 1 Stakes winning Danehill mare, Light Jig. Seek Again has earned $725,000. We'll see you next week here on Thoroughbred Week.
Thoroughbred Week has been presented by Actistatin, Adina Springs, Bloodstock Research, Breeders' Cup, Claiborne Farm, EmpireCityBets.com, Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association, Keeneland, Malone's, New York Thoroughbred Breeding and Development Fund, OCD Pellets, Old Colony Insurance Services, Paul Miller Ford, Quillen Leather and Tack, Shadwell Farm, Spendthrift Farm, Three Chimneys Farm, and Windstar Farm. Online at tbredweek.com.